Can we talk about the real reason niggas is messed up? I mean, can we have an honest conversation? Like, all that weasel weirdo shit to the side. Let's just talk. All right. Now, for the most part, people will say, well, you know what I'm saying? There ain't no excuse for the way black people act. When in truth, the Negro here, even the one in Africa too, but the Negro here, uh, they credit for going through chattel slavery. Okay, chattel slavery really only happened in America. All right. So when it comes to someone taking you away from what you knew and giving you what they got, you have to admit that what you know is not yours. You know what I'm saying? All the stupid shit, all that dumb shit. Okay, it's not yours. Then you have to take in consideration, why is the people that supposedly raised you up, why is there so much shit they haven't told you about? Then why haven't your numbers went up? You know what I'm saying? It's like we got to really break down why we are the way that we are, and really all the bogus shit that they told us. So if you look at the stats in America, and I think they old, because I heard that the Latino is now like 30%. But white people make up, I think, 50 something percent, 59, 58, something like that. Then you got Latinos, they're at 30%. Then you got black people at 13%. And then you got Asians at like 6.5, and the Native Americans at like 4.5. Ain't that a bitch? It goes perfect with the story, though, to make it seem like, you know, the native was here. But anyway, so the thing about the Negro is they've been 13% since the 60s. Their most dominant time in commercial America is after civil rights. That's when they get their football stars, their basketball stars, their movie stars, their billionaires. That's when all that comes in. Here's the thing. Who told you was crazy? Who told, like, I don't care who it offends. It's like the people who indoctrinated people with a book do not follow this book. They're the ones, you know, caping for transgenders, homosexuals, lesbians. They're the ones caping for all this shit that they gave us a book that said you cannot do. Suspect as hell. But then there's this guy called Sigmund Freud that I'm surprised more black people ain't like jabbing at. Like, y'all niggas should be socking this dude head off. Who the fuck is this nigga? So it's like, he's born in 1865, dies in 1939. All right, Sigmund Freud was an Australian neurologist and the founder of psychoanalysis, a clinical method for evaluating and treating pathologics seen in orientating from conflicts or originating from conflicts in the psyche through dialogue between patient and psychoanalyst. The distinct theory of mind or distinctive theory of mind and human agency derived from it. Now we're gonna get us to this white dude. We're gonna get us to the nigga who's chopping off people's legs, separating people from their children, castrating people, all different types of shit. Because one thing I will say, and I will give the Pan-African this, when they say that the African didn't know what the people that they sold the slaves to was going to do with them, that is true. And I believe that also for the sub-Saharan slave trade, but I'm not giving the African no kudos because it don't matter. It don't matter. You sold your folks anyway, or your prisoners of war, or however you want to say it. It really don't matter. You still dirty as fuck, so whatever. how can a white person talk about psychoanalysts? Like, how can they do that when they are the most psychotic here? Let me explain something to y'all. You ever heard of a scat video? It's where people get shit on, or they eat shit, or they jack off to people taking the shit. That was introduced by the European. What's the other weird thing that they do? And it's turned into something else now. But the whole bondage thing. Literally, bondage comes from bondage. You know what I'm saying? Kidnapping people, tying them up. Okay. They've turned that into a fetish. That's something that they do now. They tie up women and have sex with them. Okay. Like I said, to modern time, that's not too extreme anymore because, you know, everybody. Well, better yet, I take it back. Who have you been raised around? How did that become a social norm? Just like homosexuality and everything. It's the same dude. So Sigmund Freud is the founder of the not counselor, but the shrink. You know what I'm saying? Therapy and shit, all that different stuff. Okay. What I'm trying to figure out is how do they get the credibility of talking about therapy when they literally know that they're hiding information? These motherfuckers have been hiding information for years. So think about it. 1492, the 50,000 black patents, all this information that they hide, and then this motherfucker is going to sit you in a room and write on a piece of paper and tell you why you're upset, why you're mad, why you're upset at what's going on, even though in none of their schools they're telling you about the Moors. They're not telling you anything about, you know, how the original Indian is a Negro. They're not telling you no truth. How can this motherfucker turn around and then tell you you have a problem and then prescribe you pills and shit like that? You guys also know Sigmund Freud is the one who came up with the statement pansexual. He's the one who came up with all this weird ass shit. So it's like, bro, at the end of the day, what I'm trying to say is this is straight Sodom and Gomorrah, or this is straight the devil with the driver keys. Like, bro, in the driver's seat. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? How can you tell anybody that they have problems when you literally stole everything? You literally lied about everything. You literally stole everything. You've made up a gang of bullshit. And then you're going to turn around and tell people they're the crazy one. They're the one who need to shrink. They need to sit down with somebody. Get the fuck out of here. This is bozo shit at its finest. And I just wanted to make this video because I'm like, I cannot believe that people are using this fool's like information. Like, you can sit down with somebody who literally you have lied to them about everything and then try to counsel them, then flip it around. The counseling of white people. How the fuck you gonna counsel some motherfuckers who won't admit what dirt they did? They won't admit it. They want to let everything go. Oh, that's the past. Let it go. But it's like, hold up, nigga. I'm finding out way more shit that you lied about. You been bogus, homie. You been bogus. So for us to sit here and act like, oh no, it's us, we the one with the problem, or oh, why can't we all just get along, or why is the world the way it is? Of course it's the way that it is. This motherfucker lied. This is like I said, this is a psycho with a fucking PhD. You got a fucking insane person. The dude from Problem Child, when he broke out the nut house and dressed up in the doctor outfit. That's what we're dealing with. We're dealing with that. That's what we're dealing with. We're dealing with the patient in the white lab coat, walking around telling everybody that they're the one with the problem, when they're the motherfucker with the problem. They're the one who need to be in a straitjacket. Look at all this bullshit that's going on. I'm not saying they ain't done a number on people, because they have. They've done a mighty number on people. But now we know why everybody's so fucking wild and crazy. Look who's the geniuses of this, society and shit. It's all a bunch of psychos, bro. We are being taught and raised by psychopaths. Excuse me. And nobody wants to like call it what it is. It's like, bro, white people cannot dictate what is peace, what is war, what is love, what is hate. They do not have the right to speak on any of these matters until they admit what they did. They can talk all that slavery shit you want. No, that's physical shit. What about all the mental games y'all done played? What about all the psychiatric lying you done did? What about a motherfucking person who's, and you can say Austrian, because they'll be like, oh, well, they stopped slavery. Check out the year. They stopped slavery in 1833. How funny. Now, do I think Mason started in the 1900s? No. Do I think it started in the 1800s? No. The 17th, the 16th, the 15th, 14th, 13th? No. This shit goes all the way back to like the 9th or 10th century. So there's no way in hell that you're going to tell me that if a person, because remember, melanated rulership of the world falls in the late 1400s. So if this fool comes out in like the 1900s and he's talking all this shit, bro, look at all these lies they did. Look at all these name switches they didn't gave people. Look at all. It's the same thing like Albert Einstein. I don't give a fuck if y'all think this motherfucker's a genius. Fuck him too. I don't give a fuck about none of this shit that these motherfuckers have said, because I didn't need none of them to do what I did. The 50,000 patents is before World War II. This is before we get the Russian scientists. Before we even get the German scientists, bro, we've already made 50,000 patents. So how did we get that knowledge then? Where did all this great information come from? Did we ever need them, period? I don't think so, because we had been here for thousands of years before them. The African had been in Africa thousands of years. They say a million years before they even popped up. So, like I said, I'm saying this to say this. Let these motherfuckers talk all this scientist games that they want. You niggas are frauds. Fake as fuck. Just like that whole Y and X chromosome shit. A white woman invented that. Ain't nobody keeping it real. Ain't nobody kicking the fact. Oh, that white man science. You mean white woman science? A white woman came up with that shit. How the fuck does she know? How you gonna call her the end all be all of information and say the white chromosome, the X chromosome, and the Y chromosome? Now, if you want to believe that science in the fucking psycho way that you're using it today, go right ahead. I don't really care. But my whole point is this: who the fuck are they to be in the driver's seat when they got all this fucking trash on the street and they trying to point at everybody else? But you always got to remember, it don't matter how many white people are in America, they are not from here. They can be born here. They can front like they made here. No, they didn't. They have nothing to do with a lot of shit here. And newsflash, they were actually the slaves here. So you can look at the sharecroppers and you can say, yeah, positions got switched and all that. That's fine. But you cannot explain to me why there is 170 something black slave masters in the antebellum South in South Carolina. You can't explain that to me. You can't explain it to me, because it's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be this root story. Woe is me. Your back's beat. All this different shit. But how did that happen? Because you weren't there. How did that happen? Through brainwashing, through fucking writing books, putting them as these are the only books you can read. It's just like them old pictures of the white dude having the little black children sit on their lap. It's like, nigga, this is what they did. And nowadays they got motherfuckers so pilled out, stressed out, flipped out, trying to like connect with this information that's fraud, that's flawed, it's fake. That's why you're having so many issues in this world. It's not that it's a white man's world. No, it's a made up game. Like they made up this shit, bro. It's all fake. And like I said, how you gonna take pointers from the psychopath? I don't care where they from. I don't give a fuck where the pale face is from. Everywhere you go, you are somewhere that you're not supposed to be, and you always fucking something up. You always fucking somebody's shit up. You talk about them Africans all you want. They sold their own people. But the people in America, you had to brainwash them. You had to make them like that. They weren't like that. They weren't. They had their own shit for a long ass time. I'm not even talking about the whole Indian. Forget all that. I'm talking about a group of people that came to different lands with an indoctrination that said you cannot sleep. Men cannot sleep with men. Women cannot sleep with women. And now they're condoning it. Now they're trying to make excuses for it. But this ain't the first time, because even if you don't want to believe that Sodom and Gomorrah is real, what about Greece and Rome? You can talk about that bubonic plague until your face falls off. You weren't there. You don't know if it was a plague or if it was a bunch of Duke shoot chasing and niggas got sick and they threw up on each other and died and motherfuckers just famine and pestilence, because that makes more sense, because I could have swore that those are the people that went to England. And if in the Queen Victoria era, it's a bunch of famine and these some dirty motherfuckers, and the Moors got to introduce them to the bath, how you going to make me believe that it's some bubonic plague? No, it's some dirty dick plague. That's what it was. It's a bunch of faggotry going on, and they died off. Period. Explain how that shit traveled. How did that shit travel? How did that shit go from pederasting in Greece to motherfucking gay-ass motherfuckers in Rome to all the way in England? Now you motherfuckers got shit and piss all in the motherfucking streets. Y'all ain't got no aqueduct system, nothing. Everybody nasty to motherfuckers. There's brothels out here, all types of sick shit. People was sick and dying like a motherfucker out there. What did leprosy do? Turn the skin white. Like I said, I didn't even make up racism, so people can't call me no fucking racist. Racism has nothing to do with the origin of racism has nothing to do with my people. You know what I'm saying? The niggers from the ghetto, you can call them racist, but you can't call melanated beings racist. No, we not. We always letting you motherfuckers in. You know what I mean? Picnics and barbecues my people done had, and a bunch of bums come over, whether they white or Hispanic, and we still gave them a piece of chicken, a piece of bread, a soda, a fucking bag of chips. We always hooking you motherfuckers up. So I don't want to hear that shit. I know how the melanated being is. We'll give you the fucking shirt off our back because we real like that. Y'all the motherfuckers who ain't real like that. And you turned a group of us not real like that into some dirty ass savages. Yeah, that's true. I'll give you that. It's called the ghetto. I'll give you that. But that's not the facts. The facts is Sigmund Freud, whatever the fuck. I don't give a fuck. There's no way in hell that you're going to credit white people for the analyzation of the brain. When they were chattel slaving people, they were claiming that people were beneath them. They're still doing this status shit to this day, even though white doesn't have the status. White has nothing to do with skin color. But this is the sick mind of a psychopath. Look what they did. They ended up taking some fucking ancient science and favoritizing themselves. And then they came up with some white supremacy and all that shit. Look at it. Who do they look up to? All their white scholars. All right, Sigmund Freud is one of their top, that's one of their psychoanalysts. It's the creator of it. You don't think white people hold him in high esteem? Hard work, yeah, you did it, but that's easy to do when a motherfucker gonna give you the job. When you ain't got to go to 8 different places to fill out application to get hired. Now, as soon as you walk in, you're white, you're right, you're hired. I bet it is fucking easy. I bet it is easy when you can get that loan, no problem. I bet it is easy. I bet it is easy, motherfucker. I bet it is easy when the police are going to show up for your emergency in 5 minutes or less. I bet it is easy, motherfucker. It's like, get the fuck out of here. And that same thing goes for all these foreigners, because all they did was hop on the back of the fucking white dude and start sucking his dick and his titties. Oh, I love you. And then trying to portray sweet Polly cornbread as the best thing on earth. That's why in all them early Cheech and Chong movies, who was they fucking? The white girl. Loving Becky. Now, this motherfucker's a melanated being. He ain't trying to get no sisters. He ain't trying to stay with his Spanish women. Nah, he want a bunch of white girls. Chong, married, white woman. Y'all niggas is fake, bruh. Y'all fake as fuck. And I can understand why. I can understand why you coming from shit, boy. Coming from fucking holes in your drawers. Eating rotten apples and shit. I bet you would motherfucking suck that dude's dick. I bet you did. And that's why what? He'll let some of you in. Some of y'all work under the table for him forever. You'll never fucking accomplish shit in this country. You got to maneuver your way through some other dirty ass Hispanic who don't want to learn the language, acting like he going to turn this into fucking the new Spain or something. Newsflash, bitch. This was not yours. It will never be yours. You're either Indian or you're dead. And that's what it is. You're not sitting here playing this stupid game. You think we're going to do this shit another 400 years? Not. We're not. We're going to get these kids right on track. They're going to get it. They're going to get it, and they're going to figure it out. That's why ain't nobody tripping off college no more. Fuck them degrees. Nobody give a fuck about your bitch-ass degree. You got a degree in what? Sucking dick? Copying and paste? Because that's all you doing. You regurgitating some bullshit in this book, and then you telling everybody, and because you got this piece of paper with the white boy name on it, all of a sudden you certified. You mean like Sigmund Freud? The dude who's a part of a fucking nation of people that castrate people, enslave people, burn motherfuckers, hang people, all different types of shit, lie about history, steal people's inventions, all types of shit. And then you're going to turn around and say, oh, I know exactly what's wrong with these people. Yes, you're suffering from pseudocytosis. Yes, this is a slight form of depression. Yes, you just take these opiates. Yes, take this dope. Yes, I want you to be numb to the fuckery that I am doing. Yes, this is why I indoctrinated people with the Bible and then turned around and said it was okay for grown men to take it up the ass. Yes, I'm Sigmund Freud. Fuck out of here. I just had to drop this juice because I'm sick of you motherfuckers. I'm sick of y'all trying to use this white boy science to make people more and more indoctrinated. Fuck everything they came with. They ain't got no fucking science. Everything they said is a fucking joke. From gravity to all the bullshit that they come up with. All they do is lie. Lie, steal, and create dumb shit. And then they have these offspring like, I never do nothing. You did do something. You didn't fucking read proper history. That's what you did. That's where you fucked up. You fucked up trying to save your motherfucking self when you don't want to deal with what it is. But I know what it is. And what it is this. Sigmund Freud, sorry, that's what I meant to been saying, is a motherfucking fraud and a joke. And anybody allowing white people to tell you how the brain functions is a goddamn idiot. You done lost your fucking mind. I ain't seen a white dude on Cheaters making out with a fucking camel or it was a fucking sheep or some shit. Motherfucker was in the front room kissing on a goddamn sheep in the mouth with the tongue. I've seen a white woman get fucked by a dog. Oh, I've seen black people do that too. Hanging around who? Yo white monkey ass. That's who the fuck they got that shit from. Africans been in Africa all his fucking life. You ain't never heard no fucking Africans fucking no rhinoceros or no monkeys. Only with y'all fucking AIDS shit that came in the 80s. Only then did some weird shit like that supposedly take place. And I don't even believe it was in Africa. I think it was in South America. But it's like, only when y'all around do some weird shit start taking place. You got all these fucking excavations and shit. They ain't never found no human remains next to some monkey hugging on each other like they was in love. I rest my case. Fuck you niggas, man. Yo, Ghost.